Good day everyone, you're welcome to CAD Baron. So for this particular class, I'll be showing us how to do this particular AK-47. So it's just for us to learn how to use CAD, so just to show us how we can be able to use CAD and understand how we can include all these features. Like I always do, please, I'll tell you guys, let's see how I'll tell you guys, if you're far from the computer, if you're far from SolidWorks, it's also going to be far from you. So this particular job is not an assemble, it's a step-by-step work that we can do. Everything will start from sketch. So from sketch we proceed to here. So I'll be showing you guys the breakdown. From sketch we move to this, move to this, move to this. So it requires time, detailing. So it requires a lot of time, as you can see. So as we keep on doing different things, we get to add different features and all the rest. So it's not something, if you're tired or exhausted, you can pause the video and see how you can go through it later. So let's just get started. But it's something that you can achieve with constant practice and constant time, but it's time consuming. Okay guys, as first, click on file, click new, then I click on parts, I click OK. So I'm going to use a right plane and I click on sketch. Then I'll come to line, I'll achieve from here, so I'll get something like this, then like this, then this. Tap escape, I use line, I click, I come up, this, I come to 3-point arc, I use a 3-point arc, I click from this and I click this. I assume you all know how the 3-point arc works. So something like this, you adjust it. I zoom in so you can see it. I go over it again, I click this. Sorry, I'm not supposed to use a line for this. I'll use a spline, so I'll escape. I'll go over it again, I click on this and I click 3-point arc. I'll click here, watch please, and I'll adjust it. So I get something like this. Then I'll use a spline, so I'll click from here and I'll click this, tap escape. So I've been able to get something like this. Now, as I'll always say, whenever you want to do a sketch, dimension the longest first. So I click here 1 and I'll click here, so I'll bring it out. That'll be 248. I'll dimension it 248. Like to dimension the longest so that every other dimension can be able to fall in place. Then I want to create a relationship here. I'll click here, I'll hold my control and I'll click here. So I'll see I'll make it tangent, so there is this smooth curve. I'll come to smart dimension and I'll click here 107. Okay, you see sometimes you get to see that the job like adjust on its own. You can try to see how you can be able to see how you can go to the points and adjust them to look like how you want it to be. So what's the next dimension? I'll click on smart dimension and I'll click here, I'll click 46. So I have something like this. Then what's the next? I'll click on this line, I'll bring it out. I have 128. So I have something like this. Then I'll click on this, I'll click here. The radius is very big, so I'll use 80. It's 80. So I have something like this. Then if there's something missing again, for this angle, I have to engage on this angle. The angle is 78. So this is it. Then let's see for this if I can impute. I want to make it 60. Oh wow. So I'll just tap Ctrl 7 because I don't like, this is not the direction it's supposed to look like. This is not the direction it's supposed to look like. I'll delete that angle I imputed. This is not the position, or this, how will I say, this is not how it's supposed to look like. So because one thing you should know is whenever you're doing a design, you should put in mind that you have a shape that you are trying to achieve, like a particular shape you're trying to achieve. So this how it's supposed to look like this, something like this. So this particular, see, if we have gotten to this particular point, so if we have gotten to this particular point, let's see how we can be able to. So if you have gotten to this particular point, it's good. So if we have gotten to this particular point, we have been able to do the sketch to this particular point. The next thing we have to do is come to features, click on features, then we click on extrude boss base. Click on extrude boss base, we'll have something like this. We'll be able to have something like this. Come to blind, you click on mid plane, then the thickness is 40, so we should have something like this. So with this, then you check. With this, we have been able to create the first part of the job, and this shows that we have been able to start something. As you can see,